Hi, I've been talking with Pam from Crossroads about the situation of people who are experiencing domestic abuse or violence in the area. I speak to the police quite a bit about how they try to get out to incidents and are finding it difficult, but you've got much more experience on that, Pam.
Yeah, we are certainly seeing changes in the way that domestic abuse is responded to, certainly since there's been so many cutbacks. We know that we've got far less police available in the High Peak. It's a huge area for them to get to, so with less people, less police officers, then victims are being left kind of high and dry and having to wait longer. We're also finding that police are going out but maybe taking no further action, when often we feel that, you know, more action should be taken to remove, to put domestic violence protection orders in place. But these things just aren't happening as much anymore, and I think it's down to resources.
It is, and Derbyshire, they've lost over 300 police officers, but also over 400 support staff, and they're often the staff that are putting the protection orders in place and doing the really important behind the scenes work that isn't appreciated, because it's supporting victims of crimes and violence. And it's so important with more awareness of raising issues of domestic violence. The more people are aware of it. And Crossroads are doing great work in supporting people to report, but then they need to make sure that both the police and our court system can actually deal with the problems.
And I do sit on the police scrutiny panel, and I do get an opportunity to raise these kind of concerns. And I have to say that, you know, when things go to the top, they are acted upon, or they'll come back with a reasonable response. But for victims, at that time, that point of time, when they really need someone to do something, sometimes it's not forthcoming. And
that's down to resourcing as well, because our police do the best job they can. I know that from speaking to them. But if they simply haven't got the numbers on the ground at the time that they're needed, that's wrong, where it leaves victims, as you say, without the support that they need to get out of a situation which might then be ongoing. So that's why it's brilliant to be able to work with Crossroads, and as you say, you do great work with the police. I'm doing as much as I can to make sure we get the police resources into High Peak. I'm pleased that when we do have an election, I think we will be getting more police out of it. We shouldn't have seen the cuts happen. I want to see those support staff put back as well, because they're so important to victims.
The closure of the police station, the closure of the courts has really affected the work that we do. And we're very lucky in that we were funded by Police Crime Commissioner's Office. They gave us funding for a court support worker, and that's because since the closure of Buxton Court, where we live in this area, it's very difficult to get transport to Derby Court, to Chesterfield Court, sometimes in Manchester. If you've got to leave first thing in the morning, you know, and you might be travelling on the same bus as a perpetrator, all those things come into play because of the loss of the court. So the court support work has been really good in that she's been able to support people, picking them up, taking them, being with them through that process. But again, you know, it's a huge resource for us to provide.
It is, and I'm very pleased that the Labour Party recognised this, and we are reviewing the whole court closures to see where we need the courts, and the loss of Buxton Magistrates Court has been a big loss, particularly in family cases, and criminal as well. So I'm hoping that we will get a better court service and also better police to support people when they need it.
I'm really pleased to hear that.
Thank you.